Welcome. Settle into a comfortable position, whether you're lying down or sitting up. If it feels right, gently close your eyes. Take a slow, deep breath in. Feel your chest rise as your lungs fill. Then softly exhale, letting go of any tension you've been holding. Before we continue, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Also, let me know where you're from and what time you're watching it. Always great to connect with you. Now, take another deep breath in and exhale slowly, releasing any lingering stress. Feel your shoulders relax, your jaw loosen, and the tension in your forehead fade away. With each breath, notice your body growing heavier, sinking deeper into relaxation. Let your mind drift freely, like a leaf floating on a calm, steady stream, carried effortlessly. Simply listen to the sound of my voice and allow yourself to be gently guided. It was supposed to be a peaceful retreat. That's what I told myself when I rented the cabin by the river. The place was secluded, surrounded by dense woods and the gentle sound of flowing water. It was the perfect escape from the noise of the city, the perfect place to clear my head. But from the moment I arrived, something felt off. The cabin itself was charming in a rustic way, but it was the willow tree that caught my attention. It stood at the edge of the river, its long, drooping branches swaying gently in the breeze. There was something almost hypnotic about it, something that drew me in. And then I saw her. At first, I thought it was a trick of the light of shadow maybe, or a reflection on the water. But as I got closer, I realized it was a woman. She was standing beneath the willow tree, her back to me, her long hair flowing like the branches above her. I called out to her, but she didn't respond. She just stood there, motionless, as if she were part of the tree itself. I told myself it was just my imagination, just the stress of the move. But deep down, I knew something was wrong. The woman appeared again the next night. I was sitting on the porch, watching the river, when I saw her standing beneath the willow tree. This time, she was facing me, her eyes wide and filled with sorrow. "Help me," she whispered, her voice barely audible over the sound of the river. I stood up, my heart pounding, and took a step toward her. But as soon as I moved, she vanished, her form dissolving into the shadows. The whispers continued, growing louder, more insistent. They seemed to come from the tree itself, as if the willow were alive, trying to tell me something. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know who she was, or why she was here. But I knew one thing I had to find out. I searched the cabin for clues, desperate to understand what was happening. I found an old journal, its pages yellowed with age. It belonged to the previous owner of the cabin, a man who had lived there decades ago. The journal told the story of the willow tree and the woman bound to it. Her name was Eliza, and she had lived in the cabin over a century ago. She had been a kind, gentle soul, beloved by everyone in the nearby town. But her life had been cut short by a tragic accident, so the story went. According to the journal, Eliza had been murdered by her husband, a jealous and possessive man who couldn't bear the thought of her leaving him. He had buried her body beneath the willow tree, hoping to hide his crime. But Eliza's spirit had never moved on. She was trapped, bound to the tree by the pain and suffering she had endured. The whispers grew louder as I read the journal, their voices overlapping, pleading, begging. "Help me," they whispered. "Please, help me." I didn't want to believe it, but the evidence was there. Eliza's spirit was trapped, bound to the willow tree by the pain and suffering she had endured. The whispers grew louder, more urgent. They seemed to come from all around me, their voices overlapping, pleading, begging. "Help me," they whispered. "Please help me." I didn't know how, but I knew I had to try. I grabbed a shovel and began digging at the base of the willow tree, my hands trembling, my heart pounding in my chest. And then I found it, a small, fragile skeleton, curled up in the fetal position. "I'm sorry, Eliza," I whispered. "I'm so sorry." The whispers stopped, and for a moment, there was silence. And then I felt Ita's cold hand on my shoulder, a soft voice in my ear. "Thank you," Eliza whispered. "Thank you for setting me free." I buried Eliza properly, giving her the peace she had been denied for so long. The whispers stopped, and the willow tree fell silent. But I couldn't stay there. The memories were too heavy, the shadows too deep. I left the cabin and never looked back, hoping to leave the past behind. But sometimes, late at night, I still hear her voices soft, pleading, almost desperate. "Help me," she whispers. "Please help me." And I wonder if I really did set her free, or if she's still out there, bound to the willow, waiting for someone to hear her cries.